What up, my peeps? What it do and all that good stuff. Well, I just got back from work and let's get to work. Back on my soapbox. Maybe one day I'll have a real chair. Anyway. So I hope everybody's doing good today. I saw 2 people watch my first video. I'm shocked and amazed. Hey, maybe that was just me watching it twice. I don't know. But anyway. Let's get back to following Jesus and climbing that ladder. This is quite a task. So we're on Genesis chapter 2. Just kind of a sidebar. I got another job. I'm very blessed for it. It's just part-time, but when I post a video called When One Door Closes, I was pretty devastated there, but hey, you got to keep going, right? And to have any kind of work these days is a blessing, so. All right, so let's do it. I keep forgetting to put on my glasses. Well, actually, why not? Let's put on my reading glasses today. See me in full effect. Ta-da! Oh yeah. Right, glass guy. All right, much better. All right. Chapter 2 of Genesis. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the 7th day, lucky number 7, my favorite number. Everyone's hearing this thing about group 7 on YouTube. Wonder what that's all about. Anyway, on the 7th day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work, which God created and made. Some people think 7th day is actually Saturday. I guess it depends on which calendar you go by, right? Sorry, my antihistamines are kicking. Hay fever. The things you have to deal with when you get older. Never had them before, but these are the generations of heavens and of the earth when they were created, in the day that the Lord made the earth and the heavens. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew, for the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth. Kind of feels like Texas right now. We need rain. And there was not a man to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth, and watered the whole face of the ground. Oh, yeah, sorry, you're going to have to deal with that today. Yeah, reverse, you're going to hear a sniffle. Oh, my gosh. Gotta keep going. But there went, and the Lord formed man of the dust of the ground. We were created from dust. And breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Interesting. We were the clay. Eden. I think Eden in Sumerian actually meant clay. But there's a different parallel story there again, which I can trail off and do another series. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden. I think the Sumerian one is E-D-I-N. In the Bible it's E-D-E-N. And there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and for food, and good for food. And the tree of life, sorry, I'm just dripping. And the tree of life in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Some debate what that means, right? The tree. Was it an actual physical tree, or was it an actual being? Right? Tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Tree of life. I wonder what y'all think. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted and became into 4 heads. The name of the first is Pison, that it is which compasseth the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold, and the gold of that land is good. There is bdellium and the onyx stone. I don't know what bdellium is, to be honest with you. And the name of the second river is, I think it's Kaon. The same it is it, that compasseth the whole land of Ethiopia. Okay, we're kind of cluing in on where this is at, right? Ethiopia still exists today in the same name. And the name of the third river is Hiddekel. That is it which goeth toward the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. And the Lord God took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayst freely eat. Okay. But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat. Does anybody think here that knowledge is a curse? Like the more we know, the unhappier we become, right? Wouldn't it be better to walk with the Lord and just learn from Him and have that covenant than, that's all. Yeah, well, that's what God said. Don't eat of that tree. But of the tree of knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eatest thereof thou shalt surely die. So knowledge is death in a way, right? And the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him. And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. So he got to name everything. And I think in the Enuma Elish, or something like that, Sumerian creation epic, or the other ones, there was a kind of parallel story, but they called him Adamu. We'll get to that one day. And Adam gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found a helpmeet for him. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed, because they hadn't eaten from the tree of knowledge yet. So yeah, makes sense, right? They didn't know. But that's chapter 2. I'm just going to leave it at that for today. Keep them short, simple. We'll continue. And plus, my sinuses are just kicking. But also, I think I was stating in my other video, there's a Jewish myth which talks about how before Eve, Lilith, or Lilitu, or whatever you want to call her, was created, but she was created out of the dust as well. I wonder what your all thoughts about that are. Anyway, good chatting with you, or whoever's watching. Enough of these. All right, catch you on the flip side.